and stuff. So it's gonna be cool to watch. Let's see if we got any surprises.
That's not
Ooh.
mono red.
Nice. All right, so someone's feeling confident. Let's have a look.
Wow. So we have the hybrid storm list with the splash tree and protector.
Is
and he's
this
sitting
a
here on
Stormlight's list, or is it different from Stormlight?
It's close to the Storm Raz list. He's sitting on 48 cards. I think those guys had 46 and 49, if I'm not mistaken. But
he's got really high end. 3 Emissary, 3 Incarnation, yeah.
Oh yeah, he does.
They've started, so let's just hop in. Hey Swell, thanks for the raid, man.
Oh, only one compel, however, he is... Or sorry, only one flop kill, but he's sitting on 2 compels right here, so he's going to be in a pretty good position. Double duel in hand, though, for diQ.
Alright.
And I will say that diQ did actually spawn in with his triple enough magic list, which is a huge game changer in this matchup, because those enough magics are really, really key for just shutting down the combo.
Yeah, and I cannot also help but thinking that he was also kind of expecting a mirror match as well, because he was playing 2 combat trainings, which I don't think he was playing before, right? He was playing Exiles and Spot Weakness, right? Well, I think he was not playing combat training in any case. It's not going to serve him very well, this match.
Yeah, well, the fact that he didn't already get it is kind of a deal breaker. He does not go for the duel on Luna to push that early advantage. He's going to hold him in hand. It would be pretty pricey to use both of them on that opening turn. He's got his bristle armor, despite the compel.
Yeah. Even though in this matchup the armor might be slightly more important than in the straight mono blue match, right? But still not gonna be great.
I mean, it's all just about getting that first bit of armor, and then the rest is pretty inconsequential. I'd still say so in this matchup.
Mm-hmm. Well, diQ has a bit of a gap to fill. He's got some early cards. He's got the Stone Hollow Elite coming up, but then he doesn't have any action until 8 mana. So let's see what he draws. Wuhek obviously doesn't mind to play a bit more passively. Although with 48 cards, this deck has to draw a lot, right? Yes,
and considering how many cards are in there, he puts Rose, the Tree and Protector on the 5th flop position. Considering the odds of high rolling that combo early on are pretty low anyway. He does have 1 Rose Leaf, and other than that, not really much no pieces of the combo, but he really just wants to set up and play safe and stall the game out like any other mono blue deck would want to do right now.
So, what do you make of this list not running Dimensional Portals? It's such a good stall card.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there's just not room for it, considering you're going for the combo too. But it does feel... So, I mean, this is kind of like a mono blue deck with the combo, but at the same time, as you said, does not have Venomancer or Dimensional Portals. So, the Praise are pretty much your only defensive wide card, and that's part of the combo, so you can't even use them liberally. So
yeah.
Ooh, and he goes for an Arcane Assault to draw. You gotta think that Wuhek is feeling a little desperate if that's the case.
And also playing it on the Luna lane. Wouldn't you expect him to play that? He was expecting to draw something to play on lane 2. Okay, he was counting on Diabolicking here. The Luna dies.
He does multi it. Is it? Oh yeah, easy. And not a big board to worry about.
Yeah, once you kill the Luna.
Oh
boy.
My god. Okay, and so if he can get past mana 5, he's got a Annihilation in mid. He's got 2 Rose Leafs into the Emissary. Right now, all he needs is an Aghanim Sanctum to get there.
Yeah.
He's got. Do you go for this last dive? I think you do. Why the hell not?
I honestly think you do. he's got 2 heroes coming in, and I have to say, man, we haven't seen an ogre game in a while. It feels like it's gonna be one of those old school ogre games.
Well, you want to hit this. Yeah, I think you definitely go for it. You want to cycle ogre anyway. Am I wrong?
At 5 mana. Okay,
blue,
so he's afraid of something. At 5 mana, what are you really afraid of? Villager? I mean,
you're just afraid of taking too much tower damage to defend. And look, because he wants to put everything in lane 1 right here, so he still wants to have a play out of last lane and then cycle ogre next turn. He's got the annihilation coming in the very next turn.
Yeah, that makes much more sense. He had to have some kind of plan where keeping the ogre around would make sense. Because if you don't deploy like this, then you just kill the ogre.
Honestly, dude, we're done. The reason to hold the Diabolic is because you can Rose Leaf into Diabolic into Prey right here. Or, I mean, just Diabolic into Prey, because you can't afford that. But he is... Oh my gosh. He's close to Salamine.
Yeah, he's really close.
1 turn away right now. He does not have the rest of the tools to get there. But...
Well... Let's not get ahead of ourselves. There's also enough magic, there's duel, so diQ can interact. It's not like he's playing solo. And the fact is that this list just runs a tree, like you don't have the gusts and other ways to kind of prevent your opponent, besides eclipsing them out and stuff.
Well, there it is. I was going to say he has 2 paths here. He can go for the big prey right now, which might get enough magic, or he can go for the Rose Leaf so that he can get to Incarnation next turn. However, it's kind of one or the other right now, and I think Wuhek is going to go with the prey route. Does not get enough magic. I mean, I think diQ is just holding that for the combo.
Yeah.
But this is a fat prey right here.
Mono red kind of helpless against this, really. What can you do?
Nothing.
Yeah,
you can
exactly.
TOT into it and make it your winning lane too. But we're very far from that. Solid control of both of the other 2 lanes, though. It's going to be a big deal whether or not Wuhek is going to be able to annihilate one of these lanes. That being said, he used his Arcane Assault early on in desperation, and considering he got those Diabolics off the next lane, he might be kicking himself for that right now.
Yeah.
Especially if...
It was a bit of mis-sequencing, right? He was expecting something to happen which did not happen, and he probably should have just Diabolic and killed the ogre in combat.
Won't be denied.
Not Rashid, thanks for the raid, man. Thank you so much. Guys, you let me know if there's delay on the stream, but if there's any audio issues or anything going on, you just let me know. Ooh. Here we go, boys.
You die.
Oh, there we go. But that's enough magic to use. That was his only one in hand. And there's the initiative. This is Annihilate. This lane is gone.
Gaze on Salamane's power.
So, I mean, he doesn't have another Stars Align. However, he's still dominating lane 1. He got the Annihilation off in lane 2.
This is the great thing about trying to combo off in lane 1. Like, if you ever try to combo off in like lane 3 or so, it's such a deal breaker to combo in lane 1, because once your opponent has to play reactive and has to lose initiative to prevent you from comboing, you always have some sort of control on lane 2. And that's of course massive.
And diQ is going to move to lane 2 to have the same situation in the reverse. So if Wuhek gives up the initiative into the lane, he's hoping to have into lane 2.
Yeah. On the other hand, that ogre can now come and prevent lethal on lane 3 if he wants.
Exactly, and there he goes.
So the players are zigzagging around, but the real fight, or the real... I feel like the real...
Let's check this out.
Game is in lane 1. Oh, he's going to mid, okay.
True, and... 2 Jasper Daggers in the list for Wuhek. We are on Tide Stun turn, so we'll have to see how that comes into play.
You can't run from the dire.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, and Wuhek has to be kind of afraid of a second enough magic, right? Yeah, most lists play a couple, but he's playing 3, so...
And Eclipse very far from having effect right now. And it's worth noting that while this lane is quite dominant, he is diQ is still busting right through the middle with 8 damage per turn. And next turn we're gonna have TOT online. So
I'm really not sure about this this Thunder Gods. This doesn't
Well, it sets up-
accomplish anything.
Oh, it does. It sets up mid for Eclipse. And he'll have easier Eclipses next turn. It's just buttering him up. But now, if diQ goes for the Ravage and shuts down this lane right now, obviously there's no reason to. But if he gives up initiative right now, then he has an Eclipse kill on.
Yeah, okay, I see that, yeah. Yeah, actually the fact that he's got lethal on the tower is actually fine, because he can potentially then...
A lovely bauble.
Okay.
And he's
I'll kill
going
our
to give up
enemies.
initiative without a Kraken Shell in hand, but Wuhek gives it right back to him. He wants to move to last lane and shut it down, which he has at any cost in hand. I think that's his job. Yeah, but he forced the flip out, and oh, lethal does not get presented
Yep.
on the tower. Okay,
It's a lot of creeps.
that's quite good. Wow. Yeah, it did.
Now, I cannot help but feel that this tree is quite vulnerable. He's got a Stone Hall Cloaked, right? Shouldn't you have Stone Hall Cloaked before dropping the Blink, maybe?
Yeah, that's quite possible. Yeah, because then he could drop it now and he'd be fine. But he did get the Ravage out. That does confirm lane 3 for diQ. However, now he doesn't have to worry about Ravage anymore. One enough magic has been used. I mean,
I will restore
okay.
order.
Yeah.
and now you put the Stonehall Cloak on. You can't lose green right now. Absolutely not.
Because it's absolutely fundamental on 8 mana that you have the green, because you cannot otherwise reach the Incarnation, and you cannot drop the Emissary otherwise, so your whole late game is compromised.
Yeah, I think you gotta put a cloak on him right now.
Oh,
He's
he's
doing so. He realizes he needs to eclipse mid so that he doesn't lose over there, because he can't just take that damage this turn, I suppose.
It's an
That
honor
being
to fight
said,
alongside my brothers.
if he put on the cloak, it could have gotten punished with combat training blink or just a duel. But he values this more. But that's going to be a whole nother turn before he can combo now.
Ready.
Yeah, the thing is also that diQ is getting lethal in this tower now. He's gonna have initiative. And if you look closely at that tower, the tower is taking 22 as it stands. So I would not be surprised if the TOT would be lethal in the tower. It's gonna be tricky for me.
He's done diQ has done a really, really good job of just planting resources into this lane, no matter how bad it looks. And he's getting really rewarded for that, because now Wuhek is going to have to be in between a rock and a hard place when it comes to wanting to still push this tower. Oh, and he lands right in front there. No primal or any of those cards yet. Oh, doesn't pull him. What's this double stars
just a
align pull?
taste of
from
what's
Wuhek?
Oh
to
man,
come.
this is gonna hurt.
But what's he gonna do? Just
Oh, he doesn't have
TOT?
berserkers. Yeah, I thought he had berserkers for some reason.
no. He's
Okay, so that makes it much, much different. Even with the
yeah.
TOT,
He can't actually kill him.
yeah.
That sucks.
The deep holds many mysteries.
And honestly, Wuhek's fine. He can just deal with these next turn. Hopefully. I think honestly
I'll make good
the
use
play
of
is
this.
probably still to
He can compel
Thunder?
to keep the Luna alive if he wants to send Kana away. He doesn't have any Arcane
Luna
Assault
won't
though,
survive.
so...
hell
Oh yeah,
'Cause
she
that's
wouldn't.
8 siege
true.
to-
I was
8,
counting 4. Yeah.
cleave.
Oh, but he's got a... Didn't he have a cloak? Oh, I just dropped it on the Kana. Never mind.
Yeah. But you're right. He could have compelled and saved her with that cloak.
Yeah. But I don't see the value in blinking Kana away now. You don't have an Arcane, unless you want to bet on that foresight. Which seems really risky. So, 8 mana. One hero
The
coming
thing
in.
is,
Makes his decision.
yeah, I think the Thunder Gods is nice just to butter him up. Maybe you can get Eclipse off next turn. Next turn you can afford at any cost into Eclipse. The problem is, the Time of Triumph on 8 right here, I think it's actually not bad. Considering the fact that there's no green on the table, he knows he can't get to 9 mana for the Salamene this turn. And so he's pretty much just, now he has the duel in hand for next turn. If the combo comes down, he can shut it off.
Who would dare face me?
Yeah.
Quite possibly even take Lethal and Sour.
Well, if no creeps land in lane 1, the Attack Knight is gonna be he's gonna be cleaning up all the creeps, so that will be a nice clean Eclipse potential.
Oh, look at this Beast Creep clearing them both out.
Much appreciated.
Beast Creep finishes off, and there's no heal. He's got Blink.
So in that case,
no.
blinks away and tries to foresight? Or do you just try to keep
I
him
guess you can Blink and then Foresight, hope to pull Arcane?
shut? He's got 2 in his deck though. 24 cards. Doesn't seem like great odds.
He's got combo next turn, but Eclipse
To me,
still... It's only going to be at 5 charges. That's very far.
Pretty weak, yeah.
And he loses all the rest of his heroes, so he has to win the game in this lane next turn. However, they're TOT'd and he's got duel. So,
Yeah, as it stands, even without counting the axe, the 5 Eclipse charges will not deal with the Tide and the Bristle. So I don't know, do you just
15
drop
seconds
Emissary?
remaining.
That seems kind of weak as well. You need the Incarnation, right? That's kind of a...
well, just looking at both hands, it's hard to say because you just... Well, does he have Eclipse? That's going to be 3 plus... No, he's barely off of the
No,
Eclipse, that's the thing.
It's not going to be enough.
He can kill one of them. Oh, and now he gets the Aghanim Sanctum. Any other control cards pulled? No, he only has 1 duel. So once he puts the Incarnation down, diQ has to choose whether to
Hero
kill.
or creep. Yeah, exactly.
green.
So that feels like the
Or
correct play to me, really.
But after that, he doesn't have enough magic. He doesn't have any sort of control card, so...
No. He will be able to double Stars Align into Sanctum and Foresight and Compel, so it's not the same as having an Incarnation. It ain't all bad. On the other hand, if diQ chooses to just kill the Kana, all he's got is really triple Rose into Emissary, which is surely not lethal.
No. Okay, so he starts with the Rose Leaf, and then Kana gets killed, okay.
Well, he was trying to pretend that he doesn't have an Incarnation, I feel like, but that's not gonna work.
Alright, well, no more combo. He does have double stars. He can put the Emissary down.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And there's nothing else. He can't get that final damage on the tower. This is the mono red feels bad moment where all your cards are just like a piece of shit right now.
So I see Wuhek double star aligning into Emissary,
I'll show you
and
what I
then
can
just with
do.
triple blue heroes, he should be able to.
Yeah,
At least
but
draw.
we're losing the game next lane, so it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, right.
And
He's gonna.
I with them.
Was not
Nothing
looking at that,
Treant Protector is going to be able to do in middle. This game's over.
Yeah, it feels like the decision to drop the Rose Leaf was a bit optimistic. I don't know.
I think no matter what he did, he lost because diQ realizes that all he has, no matter what happens in this lane, if blue is out of the game, there's nothing Wuhek's going to be able to do to stop him in mid.
Well,
Good kind is going to right.
BM.
Great.
he could have potentially dropped the Incarnation, and if diQ would kill the Incarnation instead of the Kana, he could double Stars Align into Sanctum and then double Eclipse. Did he have enough mana for that? It was 9... Wait, this was 8. It was 9, 11... Yeah, he should have had enough mana for that. Oh well.